So ever since the beginning of time, men were always viewed as success objects in society. We were always judged based upon the value that we can provide in society. Now, the harsh reality for us men is that there always will be competition. There always has been, and there always will be competition. No matter how much you try to run for it, it will always be the case. Whether you're looking for attention from members of the opposite sex, whether you're looking for respect from other people, whether you're looking to be well compensated at work, that will always be the case. Now, the good news is that this is 100% within your control, whether you agree with it or not. You see, man, here's the issue, and this isn't really talked about much. The masculine man has lost his place in society. This is really unfortunate, but this is true. We live in a society that is very feminine and enabling, encouraging us to take the easy way out of our problems instead of encouraging us to fight and man up and face our problems and take the right way out that will benefit us instead of the easy way out. Nowadays, it's so common for a man to be depressed and for people to be like, oh, it's okay to be depressed, just take antidepressants. Taking antidepressants are going to lead to side effects, many side effects, including depression. How ironic, right? If a man is not in good shape and he is fat and he doesn't really feel respected by people, and also he doesn't really feel that much respect from women, he's told, oh, it's okay, just love your body the way it is. It's okay to do this. Keep eating junk. Yeah, you're going to feel better. Whereas the masculine approach is not the enabling approach. It's the approach that is not tolerant. And this doesn't necessarily mean like it's a psycho concept, like it's a very angry and harsh concept. The thing about masculinity is it is intolerant. The masculine approach would tell you, no, you're fat. You need to stop what you're doing. You need to stop indulging in that shit that you're indulging in and start and take your ass to the gym. These are the reasons why our society today has become very effeminate. Let's take a guy like Andrew Tate, for example. Now, Andrew Tate has been on the receiving end of so much hate as of recently, and I really don't believe he deserved that. You know, sure, I don't agree with every single word he says, but at the same time, I don't believe that it was fair to just cancel him like that and arrest him for things that he probably didn't do based upon the evidence so far. The reason he was canceled is because he was telling men what they needed to hear instead of what they wanted to hear. And he was saying facts, like complete facts. For example, he was like, most men nowadays are completely invisible to women. What he's saying sounds really harsh, but it's actually true. So he was saying that most men are completely invisible to women. As harsh as it sounds, it's the truth. Most men don't make the kind of money that will attract women. Most men aren't in the kind of shape that will attract women. Most men don't have the social skills and dating skills that will attract women. Most men don't have the kind of status that will attract women, and the list goes on and on and on. So he's just being completely honest. Another thing he said before was, if a man's complaining about being depressed, stop complaining, get your lazy ass out of bed and go to the gym. As controversial as that sounds, which to most of you watching it probably is going to sound controversial, it's the fucking truth. No one's not going to benefit from not going to the gym. Every single time I go to the gym and I feel like shit before, I feel way better after. Why? Because my body naturally released endorphins that make me feel better. Serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine. Those are naturally feel-good hormones. When we resort to medication, right? To make us feel better about ourselves, which is enabling behavior instead of getting us to fight and be strong, masculine men. That's one of the qualities of a masculine man, overcoming resistance. That puts us in a feminine state. And society nowadays tells us that's okay. Oh yeah, antidepressants work. What are you talking about? Of course they work, quote unquote. Of course they make you feel better artificially. But that's not real strength. That's not real overcoming of your problems. You're succumbing to your problems. And I see absolutely nothing wrong with that specific thing that he said. And I have a personal example myself. When I first came from Egypt 10 years ago during my first year in college, my freshman year in college, even though I was a social guy, I wasn't able to make friends that easily. Maybe it's because of the 7 years that I spent in Egypt. And so I was really upset about this. I eventually hired a life coach and I emailed him. And I was just like, I really don't know what's the problem because by nature I'm pretty social and I could talk to just about anyone. And then, long story short, he was telling me, based upon the things that I was telling him things that were insecurities within myself that were basically sub-communicating, oh, there's something wrong with me. He was like, no, there's nothing wrong with you. Now you're getting all wrapped up in your head and you're thinking that something's wrong with you. It's just that the strategy that you're employing, it sucks. That's all. You just need a few minor tweaks in your strategy and then you'll be good. And then sure enough, I followed his advice. I did the minor tweaks that he was talking about and it made a difference. I was actually able to improve my social life. Do you think I took that personally? Absolutely not. I love that advice. I felt so relieved because I was like, there's actually nothing wrong with me. The problem is just my approach. You see, that's the kind of things that men need to hear, especially at a young age, so that they're used to it. They need to hear what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. That's how a masculine man grows. A masculine man grows through challenge, not through comfort, not through praise. Now, someone might be watching this video right now and saying, oh, but women are looked at as success objects too. That's not fair for you to say. That's actually not correct. Sure, there's a degree of competition nowadays, especially because of social media with women. Sure, I'll give you that. I won't object that, but it's nothing even close to how it is with men. Again, a man's value in society is the value that he can give to society. His money, his status, his looks, his physical features, his social skills, his dating skills, all those things. A woman's value in society is completely different. She was never looked, any woman throughout history was never looked at as a success object. Women nowadays just started to pursue success more than pursue the traditional feminine roles, which are family and getting married. Instead, now they're like, no, I want to find myself. I'm not going to get married until I'm 38. And at that point, no man's going to want me, but I don't care. I'm still going to be a boss babe. Makes no sense whatsoever, but knock yourselves out. Women were always valued, again, even though this is going to sound corrupt to most of you watching this, or many of you, but it's just the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not interested in giving you some politically correct bullshit. I'm interested in telling you the truth. A woman's value comes from her femininity, her purity, her innocence, her nurturing, her affection, her submission to her man, her beauty, her physical fitness. All those things are what make a woman valuable. So a woman, or women in general, were never historically looked at as success objects. They're the ones who chose that as a reaction to oppression decades ago by men. So what do we as men do about this now that we know this? Very simply, become high value. That's it. Become high value. Because at the end of the day, man, no offense, but no one really gives a shit about your hardships, man. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's the truth. It's the cold-hearted truth. And because no one cares about those hardships, and because you want to become more successful, you want to be more respected by people that you know, you want more attention from women, you want more money, you want to feel like you're properly compensated, and you want to look nice and stylish and muscular, all those things are going to require you to do a certain amount of things to get those things. Those are the kind of things that you want in your life to become a high value man, so that you actually feel like the masculine man, aka yourself, when you become that and you're on the journey to become that, is actually respected and has his place in society. So if that is something that you are interested in, I want you to click on the video right now that's on the screen, and it goes through how to do that in specific detail. Anyways, man, until next time, dude, peace.